Live from the ground floor studio location in sunny South Bloomington. Episode 9, October 13th, 2017. It is Here Are Rants with your hosts, Bill
and Sean.
And today we got a few things we're going to talk about. Watermelongate, Michigan. Tinder's Manprovement initiative.
And as we said, our new ground floor studio. We don't know, though, whether we are actually on the ground floor. Because if we go out the building one side, we're on the ground. And if we go out on a different floor in the building, on another side, we're on the ground. Or we can
we're not on the ground.
Yeah, that's the ground. You walk straight out to the ground. No. Down there, you walk out to the ground. Here, you walk out to the ground.
Well, it's not really ground floor because if you're walking on the back end of it, you have to use a flight of stairs.
Our point is
that
this system just makes no sense. Like first floor, you go to Europe, you're going to be confused when you're on the wrong floor because they said first floor and you're thinking ground floor.
Right, and then you'll have to try to wonder whether or not you're going to have to take the lift.
Yeah,
anywhere.
A lift, and then you have to figure out what a lift is. No, we know what a lift is. I'm just joking.
So, Sean, why don't you bring us in today with the Watermelongate coming out of Detroit, Michigan?
Oh my gosh, I found this story. It was one of the not so important ones, according to Matt Drudge on his little website. And 41-year-old man Robert Pattison was going to be wanting to be a firefighter in South Detroit, and he made the critical mistake of coming to a little shindig where the exact quote is, "It's not mandatory. You come in bearing gifts. The usual gift is donuts, but you are allowed to bring whatever you want." So apparently this man brought in whatever he wanted, and it turned out to be a watermelon. And I didn't pay attention to the location of the article when I first read it, and then I saw, it's in Detroit. And it's like, 90% of the future fellow firefighters, 90% of people who work at Engine 55 are black. So this guy comes in here with a watermelon with a little pink bow on top of it. And it set off a firestorm. And
no pun intended there. A firestorm at the fire station.
Yeah, so needless to say, the man will not be a firefighter because they told him that his actions were racist. And that he should have had more forethought, before doing this. And my thing is, I just feel so bad for two people here. First, this guy, I guess, is an ignorant yokel who didn't know the connotation.
I think he knows the connotation. He's 41 years old. Now, I'm not saying that
he's from Detroit. He's from the burbs, I'm sure.
He's 41 years old going to a new firehouse. I just feel like...
Yeah, he should have put more research into...
Shouldn't he be fire chief or something along those lines by that point?
No, people get into the fire thing
entry
late.
Level.
No.
At 41?
Sure.
I mean, boy, that seems pretty old to get just getting into firefighting.
A little bit, but my friends, who our mutual firefighter friend says it's... And a couple of them say it's very competitive to get into the program.
Interesting.
Everyone wants to be because it's a good job,
Well, I wonder if it's that way, though, in Detroit. It is that way in
It's got to be that way in Detroit.
I
There's
can't imagine.
Many fires, I'm sure. They work so hard. The point is, I think the point of this rant is, and I guess Bill, he got me back to earth on this, is the morale potential, the future potential morale of the fire station having this guy around.
Correct. So I think that I'm not saying
after this incident, of course.
I don't agree with someone being fired for bringing a piece of fruit.
He wasn't fired because he was never hired, but he was taken out of the...
Okay, he was taken out before he started.
Which means, of course, that he has far less chance of filing a lawsuit that'll win.
Because he was never hired in the first place.
Yeah, discrimination, watermelons, whatnot.
Now, Robert Pattison, remind us, he was in the Twilight movies.
That was the guy from Twilight.
Now he's a firefighter. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
So I was going to say I have one. There's one more victim. I really feel that the big victim in all of this is not this man who did something stupid, so he claims. It's the watermelon. Mm-hmm. I love watermelon. Watermelon is amazing. And
watermelon is amazing, especially seedless.
Yes, especially seedless. Although sometimes the seeds, they have their place in,
Yeah,
stuck in
your tooth or breaking a tooth. I guess that's their place.
I heard that they can't grow in your stomach. That's all a bunch of BS, so just don't listen to those people. But no, back to watermelon. Come on, watermelons are delicious. I had a watermelon smoothie in Costa Rica last week,
good.
and it was amazing.
I'm sure it was.
It was really amazing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, on a hot day after Tropical Storm Nate barreled through Costa Rica. Yeah, so the poor watermelon. I'm just going to come out. I'm going to tell my story of watermelon. Now it's going to be on the internet. Okay, it was must have been like 2007, 2008, and I was 2005-ish. Anyway, I was building playgrounds in the South, and we were working in Texas. And so we're driving through the country to get to San Antonio, and we were at some gas station in the middle of farm country in Texas, like off the highway. And I look over, and it was one of those things that just blew my mind. I was like, am I really looking at this? And like, what are my feelings? I'm so confused as to what I'm supposed to feel about this. Because there is a pickup truck. I saw the actual stereotype of watermelon in my face. Pickup truck selling full bed of watermelons, and two large, strong, black men just chilling there selling their watermelons on the side of the road.
That sounds racist to me.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, how have I been so conditioned to think that this should even be something that I think about in the first place?
Right.
Like, I just want a watermelon, and now I see black people, and I'm thinking, wow, there's this broader social meme thing that black people stereotype watermelons, and I'm like, I don't want this in my head. I just want a watermelon and to be happy. And guess what? Those were damn good watermelons, and the guys were cool, and everything was awesome. And why did that thought even have to cross my head as a 20-something? I'm like, our society is just like, I think society hates watermelons.
It's everyone's offended. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I wasn't offended, and that was like those.
And they weren't either.
No.
But it's no different than like the shoelace that was found at a Michigan State dormitory. It was a brand new shoelace that was tied in the form of something that looked like a noose, because that's how brand new shoelaces come. And someone took it as a racial intimidation type incident.
I know when people they're looking into symbolism. I hear that is one of the problems but it's been taken too far, obviously, because if you're being offended by a symbol that is not in fact offensive and just happens to be whatever it is, in this case a watermelon or a tied shoelace.
Yes, or a tied shoelace.
Or a tied shoelace. Like, oh my God. Like, I guess the mentality is just fear. Just fear.
We're going to move quickly to Tinder's Manprovement initiative.
I know nothing about Tinder. I've
never been on it either, but I am on Instagram, and there's been a lot of people who are using Tinder as one of their sponsors, and they have been showing these videos that is called the Tinder's New Manprovement Initiative, and this is brought to you by the women of Tinder. And essentially it's short clips of them changing douchebaggy guys into someone that's better.
Douchebags.
Right. Now, I just find this all to be very interesting because, of course...
This is a social engineering experiment
that we're talking about. This is a social engineering experiment where...
those backfire when there's, no connection between the people trying to influence you and
all this is doing is bashing what they claim are douchebag men, and every single video is just another guy who's a douchebag, and it's these women essentially creating jokes about their douchebagginess. Would this be tolerated in the opposite direction?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, maybe we do have it. How do we have it? I guess we have the bikini contests and stuff like that. That's women being douchebags in some sort of sense.
But I mean just the sense of are we as men allowed to now point out douchebag women and how we would improve them?
That's what I'm talking about, is the Miss America contest, where we talk as men about how these women are the equivalent of douchebags when they say, I like, something just
Well,
ridiculous.
but that's the thing, though. I think
these people are fake and douchebags.
I agree. Unfortunately,
that was my
these
point.
days-
Is that's the equivalent in the opposite. That's the only thing.
But
I
it's
can
not
figure.
because Miss America this
But it's
year.
all curated and blah blah blah.
I understand what you're saying, but Miss
We're just
America.
talking about the broad general douchebags.
Well, Miss America this year is not a bunch of douchebags. It was a bunch of women that were essentially bashing Donald Trump's presidency.
I heard all the good clips.
So they're still being more paraded around as heroes rather than douchebags.
No, but I'm saying it gives men a chance to I don't know.
So Tinder's Manprovement initiative, sexist or not?
Sexist or not?
I think so. We'll let you be the deciders.
Never been on Tinder. I wish Tinder. I don't wish them anything. I'm indifferent.
I wish them indifference as well.
Bumble. It's not It's not a shout out there, but it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Well, thank you for listening to our episode.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome.
And we will see you again soon.
And I think we're going to leave you potentially here with something extra on the end for thought purposes.
Enjoy.
G'day punters, Wallaby Bob here. Couldn't help noticing, out here in Australia, that the recent election in the United States has created a divide amongst the American people, right? And this divide is between people who are politically on the right, and those who feel left out on the left, right. Now, I felt it was important for me to talk about this, as the divide is over equal rights the left say have been left right out by the right, right? There's also a discontent from those right on the left and those right on the right, which feel completely left right out. Right? Right. Now, so you have the right understanding of the left and the right, and the rights the left and right claim are wrong. Allow me to explain. Now, the left think that the rights the right are wrong, right? And they want to right the wrongs of the right. For example, the left think it is a right that no one left behind is a right, right? But the right think that the left right rights that take the rights away from both the right and the left, right? And right left rights that are wrong, as the left's rights have left out consideration of the right's rights, as well as some right left rights, right? Meanwhile, those right on the left and those right on the right feel wronged, right? And not to be left right out, fight to right the wrongs left right out of either the rights the right wrote or the rights the left right out when they wrote the rights to right the wrongs the right wrote, right? So, in summary, the left-right rights that right the rights of the left, right? And the right that the left have outright left rights of the right out, right? Which is wrong, right? Because rights should be right for the left, right? And right for the right, right? And a rewrite of a right would be outright wrong if it left the right wronged or the left wronged, right? Right. I'm glad we sorted that one out. Catch yous around the traps.